How you doing?
Good. How are you, Miss Bronkhorst?
Pretty good. Just getting a hang of all this online stuff. How about you?
Mhm. Same. It's a lot of work. I got a bunch of my siblings are home too, so it's pretty loud.
Yeah, that's tough. But I know that you've been, trying to get organized and stuff this year, so I know that you can do it. And that's kind of what our meeting is about. It's about going over your food memory paragraph and thinking of some ways that I know that you'll be able to improve it. So let's take a look at that rubric. And can you tell me what a high level paragraph would be on the rubric? Something that
Um,
really exceeds the success criteria?
yeah. It's about uh, you can imagine what's happening, it says, like the ideas and the people the person who's reading it can, and that details are interesting and vivid. And again, then imagine, but the author's experience and gain insight into their perspective. So like what they think about the food and the person they're talking about.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on in that rubric, but I know that you are capable of meeting that success criteria. So let's talk a little bit about your paragraph. So you
Mm-hmm.
have a good start here. You talk about the soda bread and you also talk about your grandma. And so I
Mm-hmm.
already see you meeting those two things that you're going to be talking about in your paragraph. You've already got those kind of the foundations of that paragraph down. Now we're just going to expand it a little bit more.
Okay.
So let's start with the bread. So you mentioned that the rubric says you should have vivid details. And if you think about it, somebody reading your paper has never had your grandma's soda bread before. So you might want to think of some more, descriptive ways to explain what that soda bread is like, what it tastes like, what it smells like. Can you think about maybe how it tastes or how it smells right now?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say it because like that's why I know it's not very good, but that's why I said it's good and delicious because it's kind of hard to describe. It's kind of weird to say, but like the first thing that just comes to mind is it tastes warm, like it's always warm. That's how it tastes better, and that's why you put on so much butter that gets melty. And when you pick it up, it kind of falls apart a little bit, like into big pieces rather than like sticking together. So I always eat like the big crumbs all at the
Okay.
end.
Yeah, that's a really good description. So those little details really help the reader imagine what this soda bread is like. Because
Okay.
there's so many different types of bread in the world,
Yeah.
but you're talking about one specific kind.
Yeah.
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 And then let's talk about your grandma. So your grandma is the person who makes the bread. She makes it on Thanksgiving. Can
Hmm.
you tell me a little bit more about that scene? What's going on in the kitchen?
Yeah. So you said like nobody's ever had your grandma's soda bread because it's different. Because like my grandma puts seeds on it, and my mom says that's like the wrong way to make it, and she makes it different. But I like both. But yeah, my grandma makes it in the kitchen, and I used to spend a lot of time there. And she has a big kitchen, and it's really homey and soft, and a lot of old stuff. Like it's not new; it's super old, and we just talk a lot. She's a good listener. I could tell her anything. She always made me tea, which I don't really like the taste of it, but I like that she made it for me. It made me feel like a grown up. So that's what I think about when she's making food.
Okay, yeah. And how would you describe how you feel when you're in that kitchen?
Oh, like belonging, like love, like acceptance.
Those are all really good descriptions of that scene because same with the bread, your reader has never been in your grandma's kitchen before and they don't know what that specific experience is like. So when you go back to your paragraph, you're going to expand on those two things,
Okay,
the description of the bread and that description of being in your kitchen with your grandma. How do you feel about
okay,
that?
good. So like here where it says soda bread as raisins, or it was good, that's where I should write it. And at the top about my grandma.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good. And then when we meet again, you can show me where you have added in those extra details.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So can you maybe think of, in your own words, like one sentence to summarize this meeting today?
Yeah, I'm adding details, and they're details to help my reader know what the bread looks like and tastes like, and then also details to describe what it's like when my grandma would bake and cook and talk with me.
Yeah, that sounds great. So I know you can do this, and you've shown me that you have this great idea in your mind. You just got to get it out on the paper. So let's meet again on Friday. How about the same time? And then when we meet again, you can show me where you've made those changes. Sound good?
Okay.
All
Thanks,
right.
Miss Bronkhorst.
Sounds great, Erin. Thanks.